What's up everyone, the Game 2K2 here again, and today I begin my review of the Harry Potter franchise. I'll be reviewing both the film franchise and the game franchise as well. This franchise review will end in July when I review the very last Harry Potter film and game, The Deathly Hallows Part 2. The reason why I'm starting now is because not only am I reviewing both the films and the games, but I'll also be reviewing other things as well. So, let's start with the very first film, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The story centers around a young boy named Harry Potter who lives with his mean aunt, uncle, and cousin. He keeps receiving letters that his uncle forbids him to open, but the letters start coming more rapidly to the point that they actually try to get away. But a giant man comes to tell Harry that he is a wizard and will be attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He soon finds out that his parents were murdered by an evil wizard named Lord Voldemort. He enters the school and befriends a boy named Ron Weasley, and they eventually befriend a girl named Hermione Granger. Harry experiences weird things in his first year. He finds out that he is famous in the wizarding world, but that's not all. The scar that was given to him by Voldemort that's on top of his head constantly burns, and he thinks that a teacher that dislikes him very much, named Severus Snape, is trying to kill him and bring Lord Voldemort back to life with an object known as the Sorcerer's Stone. He, Ron, and Hermione then go on an adventure to stop it from happening. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the film, is very much like the book itself. It's the more family-friendly and really the more light-hearted in the series. Screenwriter Steve Kloves had quite an assignment trying to adapt the novel into a screenplay, and his job was probably the toughest because the Harry Potter franchise is, thus far, the only book adaptation franchise to begin before the book series was complete. The book series was only up to the fourth one, The Goblet of Fire, by this point, and that's really the biggest flaw with the Sorcerer's Stone film. Book adaptations are always going to skip over things. Those are things that they just can't avoid. But the Sorcerer's Stone skips over things that are really vital to the future of the franchise, and later installments would really have to make up ground. Also, from a cinematic standpoint, the Sorcerer's Stone, while very loyal to the book, is really the weakest of the film franchise. A lot of the dialogue and ideas come from the book, and I think we can all agree that some things work better in a book than on film. Despite all of that, the story is still very good. I love the story about the Sorcerer's Stone, and I love the character development, particularly the characters of Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Snape. I love the movie's story about friendship, which is really one of the main themes of the entire franchise, both in the novels and on film. If there's one thing I'll always commend director Chris Columbus for, it's creating the world of Harry Potter on film. While the later installments would expand on it and make it even bigger, Chris Columbus was really the person who created it, and in my opinion, he nailed it because it's exactly how it was described in the book. My two favorite areas are Diagon Alley and Hogwarts. Those areas just looked amazing on film. The film has easily the most beautiful set designs ever seen in film. However, I think the weakest part about the movie is the action. Columbus is not exactly an action director, and it really shows in Voldemort's scene. Granted, the first book wasn't exactly the most action-packed, but when I read the Voldemort scene in the book, the way it was described in the book was nothing like it appeared in the film. The CGI is another element that really brings the world of Harry Potter to life. The CGI is nothing like it would be later in the franchise, but it still looks very good. I think the most entertaining CGI in the film was the Quidditch match. I love that scene. If there is one department where the film really excels, it's the acting. The film has an awesome cast. The three kids that were selected for the three main roles were perfect. Daniel Radcliffe takes the role of Harry Potter and is just perfect for the part. Rupert Grint was selected for Ron, and he is just absolutely funny in the role and really plays the part well. Emma Watson was selected for Hermione Granger, and I think in terms of the younger cast was the best in terms of acting. Despite being very young and very new to the acting world, she has a very strong acting presence to her. Besides the three main child stars, the other child actor that really stuck out to me was Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy. He plays the villain role very well. Despite a good majority of the cast being unknown child actors, a good portion of the cast is also veteran actors as well. Richard Harris takes the role of Dumbledore and gives the perfect portrayal of the character. Harris is just a phenomenal actor and is one of those actors that I think could make any character work. Maggie Smith takes the role of Professor McGonagall, and to be honest, I knew that Maggie Smith was a long-time actress, but I've only been familiar with one of her roles, and that was the role that she had in both Sister Act movies. She's actually perfect for the role, granted that the character is slightly kinder in the films than she is the books, but Maggie Smith really makes the character work. Then of course there's Alan Rickman as Professor Snape. Rickman is one of my all-time favorite actors. However, I was a little concerned that he was chosen for Snape. The Snape character in the book is very vocal and shouts quite frequently. Rickman is not really known for roles that shout. In fact, that's one of Rickman's most well-known traits as an actor, and that's his soft-spoken voice. However, Rickman really makes the character work. In fact, his voice really gives the character a very creepy presence that is both scary and very cool at the same time. The rest of the adult actors I'm not really familiar with, like Ian Hart as Quirrell and Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid, but I don't think there's a single adult actor that wasn't perfect for their part. Overall, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is a very loyal adaptation to the book. While it does suffer from the usual flaws that always comes with book adaptations, it should make any fan of the book happy. Well everyone, that's it for now. Thank you for listening, and tune in next time as I review the video game adaptation of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.